Real quick before we move on, I was interested to get your thoughts on the airlines. These guys have, I mean, you think of an automatic beneficiary of low oil prices
Oh, and they have been. Oh, they have
immediately.
been.
Yeah, except for who was it that had like really high priced hedges that hasn't really benefited?
It's all right.
Anyway, no big deal. Anyway, but you mentioned before we went on air that you'd been looking through their results, and I think Alaska Air and Southwest have reported
Right.
some good and some bad.
I would say, I wouldn't say call it bad. It would more just be like
Neutral.
flatlining, very neutral. So some of the good things that you see, obviously the headline number says they made some of their best return on invested capital numbers. They made some of their best profit numbers in a quarter, which all sound great. And then when you start to break down what those are, some of the gains that they had, you saw a modest uptick in total miles flown. Basically, they're scheduling more flights. They're building out a little bit more, few new routes, things like that. But they're very measured when it comes to those things. Their load factor, and this is actually an important metric when you're thinking about the airline industry. Load factor is basically how full the planes are at any given time. And, you saw a modest uptick in that. They're, I believe, somewhere in the 80.4, 80.5%, which was right around where they were. A couple, like I said, not even a full percentage point increase there, but improving. But the one thing that is interesting for both Alaska and Southwest was another important metric, which is PRASM, or passenger revenue per available seat mile. This is one of the most important metrics when you're looking at airlines, because it's basically saying,
So listeners should be writing this down.
right, and that's the one you really want to look at, is how much revenue they're generating per seat on the plane, per mile that's actually flown, because that includes things like fuel costs and how full the plane actually is. So it's a very important metric to kind of keep track of. And if you look at these companies, Alaska's was down a little bit, Southwest very, very modestly up, but again, pretty flat line numbers when we're looking at increases on things like this. So, and it's kind of telling when you look at the big gains in terms of revenue or income that they got, or sorry, income, not revenue, and then look at the PRASM numbers where they're pretty modestly flat. You can pretty much kind of assume that a lot of these gains are coming from modest expansion in the company and a major benefit from oil and gas prices.